Okay, today we're going to learn about GUI, Graphical User Input. All right, so we have a program on Schoology that you can fill in. It has the notes in the beginning and the multi-line comments. And we're going to fill this in. And as we fill it in, you can fill it in along with me, or you could just watch, and then afterwards I will upload a completed one. All right, and then after this you have a homework project. All right, so for the use of GUI, you have to import a, a special package. Import javax dot swing dot joptionpane. If I spell it right. All right. This is the import statement for GUI. All right. Our output for this particular program is we're going to do a statement about how much we buy, how much it costs, what we bought, kind of like an output statement. So we need to format it. So we're going to format it. So we need decimal format. So we're going to do decimal format as well. This is the import statement. I should spell statement right up here. I can't spell statement worth darn. Here, forgot the A. For decimal formatting. All right, so remember that. Okay, so let's go over the notes. GUI, joptionpane, that package has a couple GUI methods that we need to go over. First is a message box. All right. So you would just type joptionpane.show message dialog. This word, the first word is always null. It's going to turn blue because it's a reserved word. And then you type in whatever string you want. You can do escape sequences. You could have variables. You could have math going on inside. It doesn't matter what goes inside of it. You format it how you want it, and it will show in a gray box your output. Right. The next method is joptionpane.show input dialog. So what this does is this will give you a dialog box, a gray dialog box, that has an input box that will take a string. Okay? So if they ask you for some information, like if we're shopping and they ask, what are you going to buy? And you can say, I'm going to buy chocolate ice cream. You would type in chocolate ice cream into the input box. All right, if you wanted to put in a double, kind of like if you're doing math or you're doing money, you might want to put in a double. So this is a double. Notice it's capitalized. So it's going to the wrapper class, the double wrapper class, dot parse double, and then it's going to show your input box, and then you title it, and it's going to give you a blank spot, and you can put in a double. For an integer, it's integer. Notice it's capital integer. This is the wrapper class. We already went over the wrapper class. It takes a integer and it wraps around the properties of an object. Okay, parse int joptionpane.show input box, which is the same as the other one, and then you title it what you want. All right, so let's go down and start filling this in. We need some objects. Okay, these objects are from the decimal format program. So let's create some of those. All right, so decimal format, I highly suggest that this next name, this variable name, you identify it in a way that people understand how many decimals we're talking about. So I'm going to call it dec2. In this case, it's going to be 2 decimals. All right? So dec5 would be 5, dec1 would be 1, and so on. New decimal format, quote, octothorpe decimal 00. All right, the 00, this forces the output to be 2 decimals, no matter what. All right, we also want a 3 decimal one. Decimal format, dec3, new decimal format, octothorpe 1, 2, 3. This forces the output to be 3 decimals. Even if those decimals don't exist, it's going to put zeros on it. All right, so everybody got that? This forces it to 2 zeros. Even if the output was 10, this would be 10.00. The second one, even if the number was an integer, and when you put it and you format it with this, it would be 10.000. You guys are familiar with significant difference digits from chemistry, so this is kind of like forcing significant decimals. All right, so now we're going to do instant variables. Okay, so we're going to string item name because we're going shopping. All right. Name of the item we buy. Okay. All right. Double price. This is the cost. This is the unit cost of the item. Int qty. This is how many of the item we buy. I don't know if that's proper English. All right, this is quantity. Let's change it to quantity because it just sounds funny. Quantity of the item we buy. All right. And the last one is double total. This is going to be our total. All right. So the constructor here, we're going to define the value of all these instant variables using our GUI input. So we don't need to define them at first. All right, so first we're going to have a string input. Look up here for the string input. So this is what we're going to do, string input right here. Okay. So we want to define our item name, which is going to be Jobtion pane dot show input dialog. Watch your spelling on these. Name of purchased item. So this is going to show a gray box, and in it we're going to put the name of the item we're going to buy. All right. Now we also need to know the price. So price is a double. So I'm going to go double the wrapper class dot parse double. Then we're going to option pane show input dialog. All right, I spelled dialog up here wrong. Let's get some line numbers. All right, line number 44, I spelled dialog wrong, so we have to fix that. I know we'd find it when we go to compile, but I see it right now. All right, what do we want? Price of item. All right, so this is going to ask for the price of the item. All right. All right, now we need to know the quantity. Quantity equals, it's an integer, because we can't, you can't buy 3.5 bags of flour the store won't let you. Everything has to buy in whole units. So integer, the wrapper class, parse integer, parse int, sorry, just int. And we wanted the dialog box, option pane dot show input dialog. And here we want quantity. All right, with this line, it's going to show a little box that asks for how many. Now we're going to do a little, we want to get a quantity of our totals for our purchase order here. So our total is going to be equal to price times our quantity, right? So it gets our total. Now we're going to do our message box. Our message box is option pane dot show message dialog. Remember, the first word is always, in this, is null. Notice it turns purple. And then we can do our box. So I'm going to capitalize, so this is our purchase order, right? Semicolon. I'm going to drop down 2 lines. So I'm going to use escape sequences, \n, oops, don't capitalize those, \n, and then I'm going to concat with this. So I'm going to kind of build my purchase order vertically, so it kind of looks like how I'm going to print it out. You could do it all on one line, but sometimes it won't be formatted how you wanted it. You can actually format it right here on the lines. So I'm going to tab out here, so it's going to make it look just like it's, all right, so quote, then I'm going to do item, colon, concat, and we go item name, concat. Then we're going to drop down to the next line, \n, all right, concat, quote, then we got quantity, concat, and then qty, concat, drop down to the next line, and then total price. Now, I want this to turn into, I wanted it to be money. However, I didn't do number format, and get number sequence, so I'm going to force it. So I'm going to go put a $sign, then concat, and then dec2 dot format, and I'm going to put my total in there. All right. So our purchase order is going to do item. This is going to show the item name, quantity, then the quantity, and then the total price. And here is a easy way of showing money. Actually put in the money sign and then format your number to a 2 decimal and you're all set. And this is, no, there's no space right here, so this number is going to be 2 blocked right up against the $sign. All right? All right, so let's compile this, find our errors. Oh, no errors. All right, so up here, we're going to go up here and we're going to run it. All right, name of purchased item. I'm going to go ice cream. All right. How many? 5 gallons. Oh, price. How much is ice cream now? Let's say it's $6.99. I have no idea. Quantity. We're going to get 10 of them because we're going to do the whole class. Everybody's going to eat ice cream. And notice here's our purchase order. Item, ice cream. Quantity, 10. Price, $69.90. So this is an example of GUI. So it's important, use these examples, including the message dialog, to do our homework.